how do I manage strong emotions such as anger and frustration? How do I manage them?
That's my stuff.
Yeah.
As a performance coach, I must stress the importance of emotional intelligence. And having good emotional intelligence doesn't mean that you are necessarily skilled at being able to identify emotions in others, but also identify emotions in yourself. And how do you develop strong EQ, or what we call emotional intelligence, so that you can manage strong emotions such as anger and frustration, especially when it's linked to your brand and your image? The first thing you need to do is understand, where is this emotion coming from? What is the root cause of this emotion? Now, every human being has 6 emotional ranges: happiness, anger, sadness, fear, surprise, and disgust. And when we talk about anger and frustration, we're talking about that critical one, which is anger, which is the root cause of anger is when you have been blocked or prevented from getting what you want. So if happiness, the root cause of happiness is I desire something, I go after it, I get that thing.
Yeah.
The resulting emotion will be happiness. The exact opposite is anger, where I desire something, I go for it, but I am prevented. I am blocked. I am frustrated from getting that thing. So the resulting emotion will be anger. So anger as an emotion is just the byproduct or the end result of me going after something that I desired, and then I'm not able to get it. And being able to identify that thing in yourself means whatever it is that I desire, my driving force, the thing that gets me up in the morning. If it's at work, I desire to grow in my career, to do a good job, to maybe go up the corporate ladder, or whatever it is. If that desire is frustrated or blocked, you need to ask yourself, what is the blockage? Where's the blockage coming from? You need to ask yourself, is this desire a valid desire based on my environment? Am I realistic enough to have this desire? So, you know, when you talked about in that video where you said, be honest with yourself, your personality is about you being honest with yourself and saying, you know what, this is not who I am. So as much as I'm sitting here and I'm an image consultant and I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a performance coach, if I have a strong desire to be a neurosurgeon, Connie, like it's my strong desire, and then I try and go become a neurosurgeon.
It doesn't work out.
And then I don't get the position of neurosurgeon, and then I become angry. Is that realistic? Is it realistic for me to say, I had this deep desire to be a neurosurgeon, and because I was not able to become a neurosurgeon,
I'm angry.
Those people at the hospital frustrated me. I tried to go and get my degree, they frustrated me. So you start blaming other people when you know full well that your desire is not realistic in the first place.
So is it more in managing these emotions is also being managing expectations?
Absolutely.
How to manage your
How
expectations.
to manage expectation. Have realistic desires for yourself based on your environment. Remember, we said your personality is how you react to your environment. So if you're an orange seed, put yourself in an environment where oranges thrive. If you're an image consultant, put yourself in situations where your image consulting will actually work, and then your desires to grow in that image consulting will actually be valid. So first step to managing your emotions so that you don't get angry is be realistic about your desires. Put yourself in situations which will allow you to realistically achieve those goals. You talked about doing a SWOT. I want us to be SMART. You know the acronym SMART? Specific, measurable,
attainable,
accurate, realistic, and time-bound. Attainable, realistic, and time-bound. If you can be smart about your desires, then you will put yourself in the environments to be able to achieve those desires. And then when you are blocked, you can then tell yourself, okay, what is causing the blockage? What is causing the prevention? Is there a way around it, through it, under it, or over it?
Okay, just on that, let me just take you back. In this managing of your anger and all, we also have to release.
Yes.
Right? We have to be realistic.
You're
We're human beings.
right.
We have to release.
Yes.
Is it okay to scream, to shout at someone in the office when they don't do the right thing?
Right.
You know, when you're given, you know, you've ordered for a service and it comes 5 hours late. Is it okay? Is it valid to scream?
Sure.
I'm still on that because it's a very tricky thing.
Sure. We must always remember that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if we react in anger or frustration to a particular group of people, chances are they will only see that react if they're not emotionally intelligent enough. And we must always assume it is our responsibility first to be emotionally intelligent and not put that responsibility on others. So we must always assume the person who I'm reacting to and showing my anger to is not going to have the emotional intelligence to take it calmly and also not react to me. If I show anger, I expect anger in return.
Back,
so if I don't want to have this anger and so create this negative energy, chances are I should, accept that this situation, I've been here, I've been waiting for 5 hours, I can take it in, but you're right, this anger has to have an outlet.
It has to have an outlet.
My advice is don't release it on people. Don't release it on the people around you, because it will create a negative environment for you to be able to do what you do. Take that anger and channel it and release it in an, they say in a controlled environment.
So like go gym it out, go walk or whatever.
Go run it out, go to an empty part of the forest, scream, and then come back. But you're absolutely right. It has to come out. If you need to lock yourself in a room and cry and shout and scream, do that. But when you're out in the public, when you're out building a personal brand, make sure that whatever it is that is perceived is positive and allows you to grow and thrive.
So what's our key take home?
My key take home from this is, number one, ensure you understand where the anger is coming from. The root cause of anger is I go for something, I am blocked from it, therefore I become angry. So when you're going for something, appreciate, is my desire or the thing that I'm going for, is it realistic? Is it something that I realistically can achieve? If it is, the next step is, what is preventing me or blocking me from doing this? Can I get around this obstacle, go under it, go through it, go over it? What creative ways can I use to go through, to get past this challenge? Because that way I'm not looking at it with emotion, but I'm looking at it from a practical perspective. And then the third aspect is we have to release it. As much as I'm being frustrated, let me not release my anger on people. Let me take it back to wherever it is, especially if it's your target market. You don't want to get angry at your target market. Go privately, quietly, scream it out, go to the gym, whatever. Release it in an environment that is not going to elicit another reaction and create a negative environment.
Wow.